What's going on, gang? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at the Power Rangers Dino Supercharge Plesio Charge Megazord. Purple, white, black. Back of the box real quick. He's in space. Let's open him up and take a look. Out of the box, the Plesio Megazord is pretty cool looking and well molded. It's very similar to his original Sentai counterpart, and it looks good. It's well painted and overall just has a good feel to it. Face sculpt is well done and well painted. Size-wise, it's a little bit bigger than the Dino Charge Megazord. I left Stego off so I could get them both in frame easier. As you can see, roughly the same size, though he is pretty bulky thanks to the Plesio head here. You can detach the Plesio neck and the arms, there are two of them, easily and attach any other auxiliary Zord. The fists can be stored easily down on the back of his legs. They just slide right into peg holes. Now, I have not really found a good place to store this. I was thinking maybe just store it along his back, but it doesn't fit. This clip doesn't peg into this thing very easily, so I'm sure there's a way to store this thing back here. Maybe peg it in this way? No, that's not going to work. Yeah, I don't think that this is going to fit anywhere back here, so this just kind of has to sit off to the side when you've got him loaded up with other mecha. Energem battery number 9 starts off with a blank plesiosaur, a halfway filled plesiosaur, and the full plesiosaur. And then another halfway. Unlike the Japanese counterpart, there is no clear window here, so when you put the beast battery in, or the battery in, you don't see the battery in there, and then this little missile launcher pops up for some reason. Comparing Japan to the USA, you can see that there are some major differences, not only with the size. You also have differences in paint. You've got a lot more silver and accent painting going on with the Japanese version than you do with the American version. Also, there's some slight mold changes. Or I should say mold differences. You've got a clip here as opposed to a hole here. The arms are more detailed on the Japanese one. Pretty much just there's more detailing on the Japanese version than there is on the American version, even though the American version is almost exactly the same as the Japanese one. To transform the figure into Plesiosaurus mode, we're first going to have to completely disassemble him. Just take him apart. Remove the arms, the front, the feet, and the head. And be very careful with the head, because the clip on the head, especially right here, is prone to breaking. To start with, take the legs and put them together. Take the arms and fold them in and then put them facing straight back. Take the entire torso and fold it forward like that, so that you've got him kind of bending backwards. Take the head and slide the faceplate forward and then peg that into the tummy. Take the black piece here, which is used in the combined mode, and attach that to what was the, bottom of the crotch. Take the two fists, and in the Japanese version, they clip together. Here, they just kind of don't, and they will actually peg into these two peg holes. The plesiosaur head will peg into the bottom of what were part of the feet, and then the thrusters, or the feet, will peg into the outside of these black doors. And here we have his Submarine Mode. I'll do a comparison here with the original Sentai version first, and it works fine. It's kind of not painted all that well, there's not a lot of detailing, but it works fine for a kid's toy. And it retains the spaceship mode that is available in the Super Sentai version, so that's good. It's fine. I don't really have any problems with it. You can deploy the missiles in this mode. So there's that. Or cannons. But otherwise, it works fine. Just complete lack of paint. And then you compare it to the Japanese version, and as you could see, the Japanese version has a lot more paint. and a lot more accents going on, more silver painted on it. It's true, I don't think it's painted enough, but it's definitely more than the USA version. The yellow really is necessary, I think. To cheap out on the yellow, especially here, really does not make me happy. I really wish it had more yellow on the figure as a whole. In fact, I think the only yellow in this mode is right here, where the Japanese version has it here, on the front of the pontoons, and up here. And here's a look at both of them in their space cruiser modes. The Japanese one just wins hands down. Now, the last thing we have to talk about today is how the Plesio Charge Megazord merges with the Dino Charge Megazord. First off, we're just completely disassemble the Plesio Megazord and pretty much totally disassemble the Dino Charge Megazord. Remove his helmet, unpeg the tail, collapse the tail, and return the tail to its position in the back of, well, the tail. And I just have to remember how to do that. Then turn the Tyrannosaurus mode, or kind of partially return him to the Tyrannosaurus mode. So just turn him around like that, and then we'll attach the helmet somewhere. Now, first thing we're going to do is give him some shoes. We are going to attach these to his feet. The boosters will peg in this little round peg hole and the clip, which does require a little bit of force. Then we will take this thing, the black piece, and it's a spacer really. It pegs in up front here underneath the head to hide the dino arms, which it does a terrible job of. Then take the main body, leaving the booster attached where it is. Take the legs, straighten them out, and then flip them all the way out such that these combiner ports can flip down, and then you can close these flaps. Pretty much what you want is the combiner ports pointing the same direction as this cavity right here. And then this whole section will drop onto the back of the dino. Where that cavity is, that's where the actual head will go, or the Dino Charge Megazord's head will fit. So we'll just go ahead and do that and snap it into place. And wow, that's going to require a lot of force. In order to get this section pegged in, you do have to turn the head from pointing forward to its transformed state for the Beast mode, where you don't have to do that with the Super Sentai version. So for now, we can attach the head up here, and be very careful again, because these clips where the head pegs in are very, very tight. We can take the Plesio neck and attach that to the right arm. Then take the fists, and they will peg in under here. And the Japanese version, these guys flip out an extra port, or an extra clip, that then attach to the side of the T-Rex. That doesn't happen here. So the only points that are holding the T-Rex and the Plesiozord together are the clips up here in the chest, which actually worries me a little bit. So then we get those together. The last two bits are add the Pocky-Zord and open up the face. And here we have the Megazord. In all honesty, I have no idea what this thing is called. There's nothing here on the directions or on the back of the box that say what this mode is. In typical Bandai fashion, they just have numbers. How to use... Here, I'll even show you. How to use with number. Right. Thanks, Bandai. The overall look of this combined mode is... I don't really care for it. It's missing a lot of detail. The head sculpt isn't that good compared to the Sentai version. And, I didn't give you guys a decent look at the head. Here's a look at it. It's lacking detail. It's black, red, a little bit of silver, and green eyes. Yeah, the overall look of this mode is, messy. Now, that's not to say that the Sentai version isn't, which we'll show you here in a second, but also this is really wobbly, which worries me. And it's wobbly here in the Dino or the T-Rex hips, and it's wobbly up here in these hips as well. And the connection isn't that great. Overall, they were trying to go for the Japanese version, and I'm not sure they totally succeeded. It's not awful, and for kids, this is gonna be fine. Kids are gonna like this a lot. But for us collectors, it's a little bit, I don't know, they took a shot, and I think they kind of missed a little bit. So here are the US and the Japanese versions together, and as you can see, there are a lot of highlights missing from the Japanese version. You can also see where the Japanese version clips in with the fist and the Dino here, or the T-Rex here, where that's missing here on the American version. I'm not saying that the American version is bad. I just think I currently own the superior version, which is the Japanese version. And look at the legs. Look at how much detailing is on the legs compared US to Japan. I think that's what's bugging me the most, is just the lack of detailing on the US version and the accent painting. It's just these whole colors that are just kind of slapped together with nothing breaking them up. And I think that's what's really bugging me, as opposed to it actually being bad. It's not. It's actually not bad at all. It just needs more paint. Overall, the Plesio Charge Megazord isn't too bad of an adaptation from the original Japanese figure. I actually do like this quite a bit, but knowing what we've gotten from Super Sentai, and actually owning that one, does spoil me a little bit. The only true issues that I have with this figure are, one, all of the clips here on the arms and where the head plugs in different spots in the feet are very, very difficult to get on. And the only other thing that I can even think of is the paint. It just needs more paint. Otherwise, this is a pretty darn good figure, and kids are going to like it. And let's face it, kids really don't care about paint schemes unless they're horribly, horribly wrong. This isn't, and it's a fine figure. So gang, I hope you have enjoyed this video review. As always, I'm Baltmatrix. I ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.